All right, sure. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so you guys are gonna have to bear with us a little bit because the first split of this game is actually pretty intense. It actually uses a lot of glitches back to back, and we will be explaining them as they come along, even if we don't explain them as they happen. So the very first split in this game is actually going to showcase pretty much every glitch in the run.
Yeah, also the game language is in Italian. It is how much faster than English? It's a couple seconds due to one cutscene, I believe.
Right. At the end, there is one cutscene that makes Italian faster than all other languages, specifically for all dungeons. So this race today is between Senor Tapir and Player 5, Player 5 being the current world record holder and Senor Tapir being a former world record holder. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how this race is going to go.
I also may have started the timer a few seconds late, so sorry about that.
Alright, first thing, grabbing the Sheikah Slate. Every category has to grab this. It's pretty important. And then right after this, the runners are going to run to the right of this room called SOR, Shrine of Resurrection, and they're going to open the Sheikah Slate and then mash scope against the wall in order to clip out. This is called a scope clip, and Tapir getting it very fast.
So clipping out of bounds here actually lets us skip a very long opening cutscene, and it also makes it so that the time of day does not progress. The time and weather are now locked in game because they skip the opening cutscene. Now, after the scope clip, they're going to clip back in bounds, and they're going to make their way down to these bokoblins. This bokoblin camp here is going to have some food, some gear, and pretty much everything that they're going to need to complete the rest of the plateau.
Yeah, you'll also see that they're whistling while running. That's called whistle sprinting. It's used while your stamina is like coming back. It's 80% movement speed, I believe, compared to running. So if you're waiting for your stamina to come back, you basically just want to whistle sprint. And we're coming up to Temple of Time. We're gonna do a lot of things consecutively here. So we're gonna get this thing called skew, and then we're gonna clip through a wall. And then right after that, we're gonna do a new trick found last year called bow lift smuggle slide, where you're gonna see basically just, you know, flying. It's really weird to explain. Melvin, if you want to try to explain it, because I think you know it a little better than I do.
So basically, you're going to be picking up an object with your bow still in your hand, and then you're going to go into an animation for... It's basically this step-up animation, and that animation is not affected by gravity. And then when you wiggle back and forth, it actually causes the collision of that object and the bow in Link's hand to push him through the air while he's not affected by gravity. So that glitch was found back in this past September. It's a fairly new glitch, and it completely changed the Breath of the Wild speedrun. So a lot of things happened consecutively there. So after they did the BLSS, the Bow Lift Smuggle Slide, they had to actually do something called a fall damage cancel, where they were throwing their weapon while re-equipping or unequipping one of their equipment items, and it grounds them just for a second, so they didn't take any fall damage. And then after that, they reused skew to clip into the bomb shrine, because they actually can't go into the shrine normally. Not yet, at least. You have to actually get the tower for that. Now, inside of Bomb Shrine, they're actually going to be doing a trick called a Wind Bomb. So, this trick is another one that was found in a previous September that also broke the game. And it basically allows you to launch yourself anywhere using your 2 bombs. So they're going to use that trick also a lot to skip a lot of things, like all the puzzles in the Bomb Shrine.
And every other plateau shrine.
Yeah, every other shrine as well.
Yeah, quite a few things happening in the the first 5 minutes of the run.
So far, those tricks are actually pretty much all the tricks that we're going to be using. We probably should explain what skew is and how that works, because I don't think we really went over that. So skew is basically storing a specific angle you get with a shield surf, and then when you do a shield flip, you can actually reuse that angle, and if you do it up against a wall, Link can actually flick through walls, and he can actually clip through.
Yeah. Right now we're getting the Great Plateau Tower so that we can open shrines and use them as warp points, which also has the added benefit of not having to clip into the rest of the plateau shrines.
Also, you're gonna be hearing some flicking. So basically, to build speed for BLSS, they actually have to flick their left stick back and forth to constantly have the collision push Link in whatever direction they want to go. So for BLSS, they're going to have to actually flick at a rate of 3 frames per flick or faster to have optimal acceleration. So that's why you're going to hear them flicking back and forth really rapidly.
Alright, so right now, just the tower cutscene. Right after getting the tower, normally you're supposed to climb down the tower, and then you talk to the old man. But we're just going to skip that because that's slow. If we do a wind bomb in a very specific spot, you get over the plane that activates the old man cutscene. It's a pretty specific wind bomb, and then you fall damage cancel and land right in front of the Magnesis Shrine.
So normally, while you're ragdolling and falling out of the tower like that, you actually can't do a fall damage cancel because you're still in ragdoll state. So they're going to be doing something called a lag stop. The game has some weird mechanic where basically when they're lagging or if they're moving too quickly, they get thrown out of ragdoll state and back into their normal state. So by looking at the forests and pausing, they can generate enough lag to actually let themselves fall damage cancel.
Also, right before opening the shrine, we grabbed a ruby from the DLC, which is used for ruby routing.
So right now they're getting the Magnesis rune, and Magnesis is an interesting rune. We don't actually use this very much in the run, so we only really need this just to complete the plateau. So the current structure of the game actually, in a normal any percent run, you can just the only requirements are that you complete these 4 shrines, get the paraglider, and then you go straight to the end of the game. But because this is an all dungeons run, but also actually an MSD run, you'll need to complete all 4 dungeons or divine beasts and get the master sword. So a lot of people are probably wondering, like, why don't they just skip these shrines? Why don't they skip these runes if they don't really need them, like Magnesis, for example? but unfortunately the game doesn't let you progress unless you get them.
Yeah, the one requirement for the game letting you off of plateau is getting the paraglider, and you need 4 spirit orbs to do that, which you get from completing the shrines. So right now, after Magnesis, we're going to Stasis with a very weird slide. You go up a hill and you gotta do some dodges with some rocks and trees. And then you do a really more difficult than it looks wind bomb from the top of a tree. And that puts you right in front of the Stasis Shrine.
Let me know when I can interrupt.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, most of Plateau is just sliding. You can jump in right now.
Okay, no donos yet, but I did want to at least say hi to all the raiders that just came in and remind everybody what we're here for. So we got a marathon going on for the No Kid Hungry charity, happening today and tomorrow, and a bit on Monday as well. And so yeah, we're helping. It's a charity dedicated to providing meals for children in need, as well as supporting food banks and community groups that serve areas that need it most. They provide emergency grants and expert guidance to schools and local community groups to help feed kids. So definitely give as much as you can to this charity. It's a great charity.
All right, so both runners have now made it into the Stasis Shrine. So this shrine, as you probably saw, it was up on a very high cliff, and to get there, what they actually had to do is they had to wind bomb off of a tree, and it's actually a fairly precise wind bomb, and then they had to, after wind bombing up, just enter the shrine normally because they don't need to clip anymore because they had gotten the tower. And then now what they're going to do is they're going to do another wind bomb inside the shrine, a very precise wind bomb to actually go all the way to the monk.
Nice.
You just get a ragdoll.
Almost.
Almost.
It was like right next to the pedestal. I was like,
You
dang.
could also explain skipping late, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Right. So normally you'd probably skip immediately as soon as you see the prompt, but in a speedrun we actually figured out that if you skip the monk cutscene at the end of a shrine early, it actually causes the game to load the overworld twice. So the loading screen takes significantly longer. It takes about 6 to 8 seconds longer.
Like grab wood to do.
I was just
Well,
about
I
to
guess
remind
you
you
can
too.
do that later. but-
It's player 5 reminding him that he has to grab wood because the incentive was met to actually get the Master Sword. I realize if you don't know Breath of the Wild and you don't know the glitch, that probably doesn't make any sense. But we'll explain it when we get there. We'll keep it a surprise for now. So this split is the Cryonis split, and this one's actually a little bit time sensitive. They actually have to slide through the cold area without taking too much cold damage. So both runners so far have made it into the Cryonis Shrine very, very quickly. They have enough hearts to do the next skip inside the shrine as well.
Sorry, I went to grab more water.
Water's very cool.
Speaking of
Probably
cool, we're in
hydrate.
the Cryonis Shrine.
Well, I did get the water. We did actually get 2 more donations. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for
got,
it.
okay, we got $5 from GD_Gert, no comment, and then $20 from FBC saying best of luck to these amazing commentators.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna need it.
Just the commentators, I guess.
I had to think for a second. I was like, FBC, who is that? And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing Breath of the Wild community coming out now.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Gert and to CBF. Two fantastic runners.
Both
Yeah, I'm just reading the names they give me now. I didn't know there was a CVF.
All right, so we are done with the plateau shrines, and now we can go and collect the paraglider, which is the key to getting off a plateau.
Right, so we've essentially just finished up the tutorial of the game. A lot of people probably remember doing this, and it probably took ages to get through it. It probably took hours to finish up the plateau, but both runners are going to be finishing it up in about 15 minutes. So it's going to be one last slide to the top of the Temple of Time, and then they're going to be very high up, so they're going to be doing a fall damage cancel, and then just running into the final cutscene of the tutorial.
Have you ever explained fall damage cancels?
Yeah, I explained it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't remember. There's too much going on at the start.
Oh, a little bit of fall damage. Did not cancel all of it.
Canceled a little bit early. It was really more of a poor landing spot. It was just a little bit unfortunate. But he should be fine for the run. It shouldn't really make a difference. He's just down on a couple hearts.
All right, and after getting the glider, we are going to make our way to Bantha's stable. I believe is the stable. Over there is an NPC that gives you 500 rupees for a side quest where they want you to pay the fairy fountain. But we're just gonna take the money and run. He won't mind too much, I'm sure.
A lot of
Hopefully.
mastering.
Yeah, this is
This
a...
is a long section of process.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the longest slides in the run.
I guess we can talk about speed cap now.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So who wants to explain speed cap?
No, you got it. You've been doing a bang-up job explaining things so far.
Alright, so basically the game has a hard cap on the velocity that Link can actually have. So when Link is moving too fast, the game will just stop him. So if they build too much speed during the slide, if they pass 100 meters per second, then Link will actually just lose all speed entirely. He'll come to a complete halt, but he'll still be in the slide, so they'll just have to build up speed again if that happens.
Oh, please. God. I hit a tree.
So now they're talking to Torin. This guy's the fairy fountain guy. He basically says like, "Hey, I'd like to pay my respects to the fairy fountain. Could you give him 500 rupees?" And we just take it and run. We're never paying that fairy fountain, unfortunately. So now after getting those 500 rupees that we're going to be using to buy things in the run, they're going to head to the Rito village. And over here, they're going to get 2 hardy salmon. The 2 hardy salmon, that's going to be pretty much the only food that they're going to get for the rest of the run. Just in terms of what they need for healing and tanking damage. And they're going to get a sledgehammer. And then after picking up these items, they're just going to go and continue with the Rito portion of the quests, or of the dungeons.
I believe this cutscene of Zelda talking to you is faster in Italian. I'm pretty sure it's this one and not the final one. If someone would like to correct me.
I think it's both actually.
Yeah.
Because I do remember comparing French versus Italian for one of Player Five's PBs, and
Oh,
just
gee.
just to see if he would break a minute barrier.
Can I do 2 more here while we're
Go for
talking?
it.
Go for it.
Okay. We got Newborn and Salted with $20, saying good luck runners, Mikey and No Man. It would delight me if you have an air hug. Pause, champ. $25 from Mr. Cab 55, no comment. And then one more just coming in. $10 from Gay J. Participants and commentators are very cool in poggers, almost as epic. Just why are you making me say these things? Almost as epicage as donating to a good cause.
Thank you, Jane Newborn.
And yeah, we're at 77.86 right now.
Very
Total.
cool.
Awesome.
That is good.
So,
All right. What?
you know,
Yeah,
we're gaming.
we are gaming right now. Tapir is selling the DLC ruby he got and buying sunshrooms, which is used for cold resist level 2, because doing meadow is, very high in the air. It's cold up there, so we gotta protect ourselves from that.
Oh crap.
Is the air hug a thing, or like I don't?
I'm more of
What's
a
this?
handshake guy personally.
Yeah, me too. More of a handshake kind of guy.
The Newborn and Salted keep demanding in the chat for their donut. I don't know what it is. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Look, newborn, it's gonna happen eventually. Oh,
Oh,
that's a
Oh.
bit unfortunate.
yeah.
Oh, that's a cold death. You can tell because the game over text is actually blue.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, unfortunately, to Pier in the middle of his wind bomb, I think the lag ate his input, so he wasn't able to place his square bomb. And so, out of muscle memory, he just ended up detonating the circle bomb, and it wouldn't have killed him because when you're at full health, you actually have one-shot protection. But after coming down to a quarter heart from his one-shot protection, he took a take of cold damage, and that's what actually ended up killing him right there. It was a very big series of unfortunate events.
Oh, and
I
then
got
right
a
here,
super.
yeah, a super launch. You force the game to lag by pressing the D-pad in laggy areas, and you pause, and then you unpause and pull glider on the same frame, and it gives you 1.5 times the speed. Call that a super launch.
So now they're going to be cooking the sunshrooms and the hearty salmon. So the sunshrooms are obviously for the cold resist so that they don't take cold damage every 10 seconds. And the hearty salmon is what they'll be using later in the run. We'll explain when we get there.
Player 5 starting the enter meadow section. Just shooting down the turrets. It's pretty standard gameplay going on.
At the start of every Divine Beast, there's actually a entry section where they have to do some sort of little mini game or something to actually enter the dungeon.
Also, we also had a question from someone in chat about the run. So if you want to answer that, asking how are they flying with bombs?
Oh, right. So that is Bowlift Smuggle Slide. That is a recent glitch that was discovered this past September. That is it's a glitch discovered by Legend of Link. You can pick up a bomb with the bow still in your hand, and then you go into a climb animation, which is unaffected by gravity. And then when they flick back and forth, they they push themselves through that collision, and it lets them slide through the air. They build speed. So it was a very recent glitch that lets them just slide through the air like that. The other way that they fly through the air is wind bombs, which they use the explosion of one bomb to propel the other bomb into Link and send him flying. It's a launch. So right there, Tapir's actually doing a wind bomb. This one's actually pretty interesting because there's actually an updraft in this enter Mado section, and it causes the bombs to fly up. So that one's actually pretty precise and a little hard to do.
Not familiar with this game. Is there a Xenoblade collab in this game?
There is actually.
There is, yes.
It just said the word
there is.
Xenoblade Chronicles on the in screen. I was like, what is happening?
You gotta actually get that in hundo, or 100%.
Yeah,
That's
the
one of the
100%
requirements.
run actually gets that. It was, I think Xenoblade had some sort of release or anniversary around the same time that Breath of the Wild had a version 1.5 update. So they added that in.
Oh,
Player 5 doing a extended shield clip where you basically do a what? How do you explain it? It's like a shield clip in the middle of a shield clip.
Yeah, so essentially while he's skewing, he's gonna try and re-equip his shield and then go into a shield surf again that extends his shield clip. That's why it's called an extended shield clip, or ESC.
Yeah, ESC's notoriously hard to do due to them being inconsistent.
it's frame perfect. You gotta get the right frame.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't be able to clip through.
So they have to stop on a very specific frame of skew and then re-equip the shield and shield surf again. And because you can only buffer 2 to 3 frames at a time in this game, it's considered an inconsistent trick. A lot of people probably remember going through these dungeons and taking a long time to figure out these puzzles, and in fact, we don't even get the map or tilt Mado at all in this. We actually we avoid that entirely in this run.
Yeah, this is the only Divine Beast that does not grab the map.
So every one of these dungeons actually has pretty much the same format, where you have to grab 5 terminals and then activate the final terminal to fight the boss. And so what they're doing right now is they're actually going around sorry, they're going around from room to room to collect all these terminals, and they're using as many skips as possible so they don't have to do any of the puzzles. And they're going to grab every single terminal just so that they can get to the boss as fast as possible.
Got 2 more.
Go for it.
3 more. They're rolling in now. Yeah. $20 from Chill as Heck saying, "You guys rule. Have fun runners." And then we got $20 from Harper N. $19 is for the cause, and the other $1 is for the sexiest voice I have ever heard. I'm talking about P5's, not yours, no man. And then a JK in parentheses, so they don't. Okay, and then finally $50 from Tessa saying, "Good luck, Tapir and P5." So thank you. We're at 78, 76 now, almost at 8,000.
All right, thank you. Seriously, thank you guys so much for donating to such a good cause.
Yeah, I love seeing it coming out now. All the people being so generous.
Whatever.
So, player 5 right now is fighting Windblight, the first boss of the game. And Windblight is notoriously the worst in all dungeons. He's the worst blight to fight out of all of them. there's quite a bit of RNG because Windblight can actually roll around and land face down in a way that you can't headshot him, which makes you unable to do some fast cycles. So you can see player 5 unfortunately getting a lot of weird rolling around and Windblight landing on his face.
And after finishing Meadow, we get the Heart Container and Rivali's Gale, which is going to be very useful in the other dungeons. And then after that, it's going to talk to Khan, that's his name in Italian, and then grabbing the Great Eagle Bow, which is the most busted weapon in the game.
No. Oh.
I was convinced that the donation was talking about Mikey's voice, by the way.
Same.
I thought
Yeah.
it was
I didn't know who. Yeah, I was almost like, I thought that was the don't. I thought it was to me maybe because I'm the one reading them all. but
I mean, everyone here has pretty nice voices. They're all very cute, very hot.
everyone
yeah,
has
everyone's
flashes.
cute. Chad is cute.
All right. After getting the Great Eagle Bow, we're warping to Cryonis and sliding all the way to Gerudo to start that. So if you can guess which Divine Beast we're doing next, you win a brownie.
A brownie.
A brownie.
Can I guess?
No.
Oh,
You get one guess.
I get one guess.
You get one guess.
Better make it count.
Was
I'm
really
thinking. Okay, I'm thinking Naboris.
That is correct. That's insane that you actually guessed that. It was a 1 in 3 shot. You nailed it.
Benjamin.
I was really hoping you would say you're like something else, like Ruda or something. I don't know.
Kind of hoping you'd say metal again. All right, so we talked to Benjamin here to start the main quest, which makes the person at Karakara Bazaar appear into the world, I guess, because you got to get the clothes. That'd be fashionable.
All right, so Gerudo is actually one of the routing challenges of Gerudo is that you have to buy the Gerudo clothes, otherwise you can't enter because only women are allowed in Gerudo City and not men. So Link has to do a little bit of cross-dressing, a little bit of impersonation. So to actually get the NPC to spawn, you have to talk to Benjamin, who's right in front of Gerudo City.
And the clothes cost 600 rupees. So if you do a little bit of math, we got 500 from the fairy fountain guy, we got 210 from the ruby, and then we spent 64 on the sunshrooms. So if any math majors want to come forward and tell us how many rupees we have left.
-5.
Right.
No,
We're in debt now.
yeah, so the ruby routing is actually one of the challenges when it comes to all dungeons. There's actually a lot of previous routes where we had to do stuff like picking up diamonds or breaking ores and getting random gems to sell, and sometimes the RNG didn't work out when we were hitting random ores before. So this route is a lot more consistent, and it's helped a lot. The developments in all dungeons.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the UI. Where's the rupees on the screen?
Oh, they're in the top right, but they don't actually show unless you're in a pause menu or unless you're actually purchasing something.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, I was worried right there that I was gonna off block. I ran in and
Oh no.
Ryuju was not there.
Yeah, so if you
And the cutscene wasn't loaded.
if you go too quickly and Riju is unloaded when the cutscene starts, you actually get stuck in the cutscene. It it pans the camera over to where Riju should be, and then nothing happens, and then you're just soft locked. So fortunately, that didn't happen. That's something unlucky that can happen. I actually get that quite frequently in my runs.
We'll just say that that this donator helped you get your clothes this time, because that's what they said. It's like $2.53 from Benjamin saying to help Link pay for their Gerudo clothes, and the 47 cents are bothering me.
Oh, Benjamin, thank you so
Shout
So
much.
yeah, they
Shout
evened
out
it back
Benjamin.
up to a an even dollar amount, along with giving some.
I've actually never had that happen to me. I hit like
The
the
soft lock?
no, I hit like the front gate of Gerudo, so it just stopped my BLS. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Oh
you,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we're doing one of these.
Oh, we're doing a BTB. So Noman, it's your time to shine once again.
So right now they're doing something called a bullet time bounce. This actually used to be the main way that we used to travel around in Breath of the Wild. Um, to go long distances, we used to use bullet time bounces where you would land on an enemy and cause them to ragdoll while in bullet time. And the game would miscalculate the speed that you're supposed to go. And it would send you 20 times faster than you're actually supposed to. And so, because these enemies only ragdoll if they are frozen, we're actually freezing them with ice arrows and then bouncing off of them with our shields and then exiting bullet time to get these bullet time bounces. So unfortunately, BLSS doesn't give you height when you're sliding. So that's why we're using these BTBs, is because we actually have to go over some really high obstacles right now. Actually, all dungeons used to be one of the hardest categories when BLSS didn't exist, when we had to BTB around everywhere. I'm sure you guys remember how awful all dungeons was back in the day.
What? No.
Oh, nice autosave. Not autosave, but sometimes hard saving and then loading is weird, and it won't put you in the spot where you actually save. For whatever reason. And P5 right now, clipping into the Yiga hideout, you don't actually have to go through the front door. If you just break in through the back and then open the back door normally, Koga will still spawn.
Koga is actually, unironically, one of the hardest bosses in the run to one cycle. Now that we use the Dragonbone Moblin Club, it just barely has enough damage to one cycle, but it makes it very, very precise. So, hopefully, both runners can get that.
Good question
I
in the
guess-
chat, actually.
Most
Oh,
questions.
what's the question?
Asking about if patches have affected the run at all, like updates to the game.
I believe the 1.6 patch, which is the latest patch, made the Switch faster than Wii U due to load times. Is that right, Noman?
Yeah, that's true. So, the game used to run at the same speed as a Wii U, but it was unoptimized for the hardware. So Wii U used to be faster, but then it was actually the 1. What's the 1.5 or the 1.6 update? I'm not exactly sure, but one of those updates allowed the Switch to overclock itself when it saw that the game wasn't running fast enough, if it saw that the game was lagging or in a world load. So, yeah, patches have actually affected the game. There's certain glitches that, like bullet time bounces, for some reason they used to fail on older patches, and other things like Lizalfo's curse and things like that were patched out. But thankfully for the past who knows how many years, there hasn't been a patch for Breath of the Wild. So all the glitches we've used them for years now.
Yeah, I know
They also
Nintendo can
patched in.
sometimes.
They patched in VR, which is
Oh yeah,
helpful.
that's
Right.
what it was.
Yeah, I know Nintendo can sometimes patch out some glitches, so I'm glad to hear that they haven't really been doing that for this game.
Yeah, it's been great for the most part.
So VR actually in the update, that was actually really useful as well. It lets you, because the Switch was running faster, and you need lag in certain areas for super launches and forcing lag stops and things like that. Having VR to generate extra lag because the game would have to render twice is actually super useful.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any spot where you guys really use VR anymore.
Only spot would be like going to Kara Kara, but you don't have to use it. Just
I
makes it
would
easier.
love to see that. Where just suddenly we have double display on the stream.
Yeah, it actually used to be a very, very common thing that going back and forth between Gerudo and Karakar Bazaar for the clothes to sneak into Gerudo. Um, because it's a desert, there's like nothing to render, so there's no lag anywhere. You'd actually have to turn on VR to get lag. But if you know where to look, you don't actually have to use VR. And also, now we have BLSS, so we just slide back and forth.
Damn, that would have been so cool in a run to just see that.
Okay, so now player 5 is going to be going through the Yiga hideout and he's going to be collecting some stuff. He's going to be collecting a couple gems and some rupees from inside Yiga. There's some rupee chests hidden behind a banner, and he's also going to grab some bananas. So bananas actually give you attack up in this game. If you cook them, they give you multipliers of like 1.5 times attack. So right now he's just collecting a bunch of useful things that he'll need for the rest of the run.
Yeah, the bananas make a 3 times attack potion, or I guess it's food, not really a potion. And it melts the rest of the blights. Because after the first blight that you kill in the first divine beast, they gain more health, the remaining blights. So Thunderblight is going to have more health than Windblade and Waterblight and etc.
So a clean Koga by Tapir, from what I saw at least.
Wait, we don't talk about the entry though. No.
No, that didn't happen.
What happened?
My
What
game,
entry?
My game feed actually cut out.
That did happen. What?
Oh no, you're lying.
How did he get to Koga if he didn't enter Koga?
He wrong warped, obviously.
He started there.
Oh, okay.
He had a save there already. But don't tell anyone. Alright, so player 5 finishing his cooking made 3 attack up food, and then he's buying shock arrows, which you need 20 to enter Ruta. And then they're also just generally useful to have for puzzles and such inside of Naboris.
Right, there's a lot of puzzles inside the next dungeon that actually require to light up these like electric bulbs, and you can use shock arrows to skip a lot of stuff. So not only they're useful for that, but they're also required for entering Ruta, like Mikey said.
Shock arrow is not with the normal bow though, but with the duplex bow, which is surprisingly useful.
Yo, I got the extra banana.
Oh, let's go.
I remember back in the day, I was watching a new runner learn all dungeons, and they were learning from Player Five's run where he got that extra banana, which isn't required at all, but the new runner was watching and was like, "Oh man, I really need that extra banana." He gets it in his run, so he just kept resetting and reloading because he couldn't get that one banana.
Did you tell him?
Oh, I mean, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be so rude if you didn't tell him.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I sat there and I just watched him?
Yeah, no,
waste his
that'd be
time?
crazy. Yeah.
So
Anyway,
now, after talking to Riju, Player 5 is actually heading to the outpost, and somehow Riju beats us there. This doesn't make any sense, but he gets a super lunch, and he talks to Riju to start the Enter Naboris section. So this is another one of those mini games that lets you enter the dungeons, just like how we had to shoot the turrets at the beginning of Nado. This one is actually to shoot the legs of Naboris.
yeah, you gotta shoot his crocs off. He's
Yeah.
kind of like an at from Star Wars. Any nerds out there know what I'm talking about? Only real geeks understand that one, fellas.
Yeah, there are no nerds here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so you shoot the crocs off of Naboris with the bomb arrows, and the duplex bow is used here because it shoots 2 arrows right after another. I believe if you use something like the Great Eagle bow, it wouldn't work. Is that right?
Well, the
you
Jeb
can use
can
the Great
work,
Eagle Bow.
but you'd have to have like the 2 arrows that, it shoots 3 arrows, so it'd have to have 2 of them hit the leg if you use the Great Eagle bow.
It's just a lot easier with the duplex bow.
Right.
Because the Great Eagle Bow spreads the arrows. Shoots 3 and they all go different directions. Slightly. Whereas
Yeah.
the duplex bow shoots it straight.
The Jeb, or the Great Eagle bow, it shoots it out in a fan, and the duplex bow does shoot them out one by one, right, one after another. So part of the Enter Naboris minigame is actually that Naboris is trying to shock any intruders. So at a certain point, Player 5 had to stop and wait for Riju to actually catch up, because she's using the Thunder Helm to protect him from the attack from Naboris. There's a clean Naboris entry, clean in 1 cycle.
Well, there's actually a harder strat that saves, I don't know, like 25 seconds to get into Naboris. That uses wind bombs instead of riding the sand seal.
I don't think I've seen anybody hit that strat in a PB.
No,
I think Skedo did
yeah,
in the 134.
Oh, true. Skedo did.
yeah. Pretty sure Johnny also got it in his GDQ run.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, true.
But I think Skeda used Rivoli's skill in that section instead of a shield jump cancel,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
which it makes it easier
that
and
just
harder
means you have to
at the same time. Because it's harder because it's more like time constrained, more time constricted, but it's easier because you instantly get height, whereas the other method it requires like a frame perfect input.
So already we're going to be seeing Player 5 using his Rivali's Gale to just skip running through Naboris, or getting the map right now and spinning any of the interior. He's actually just going to use the Gale to go straight to this wheel, and we're going to be doing a pretty cool skip on the head of Naboris. There's actually a terminal inside the face of Naporis that we're going to use the duplex bow and shock arrows to skip. So now after getting that head terminal, player 5 is now, he did a mid-air wind bomb while eating the attack up to heal. And he's gonna get the next two terminals, which are inside the camel humps of Naboris. And once again, he's gonna use Rivali Scale to skip fighting any of the guardians or putting either of the shock orbs in place.
Interesting. You said shock words. That's definitely not what I would have said.
Yeah, what would you have said?
I would have said electric balls, or did not even come to mind.
Honestly, I don't even know what they're called. I have no idea.
I don't even remember how you do that room casually.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want to remember. I remember doing Naboris casually. It was just a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing these Divine Beasts casually. I remember playing the game and I would spend pretty much like a whole night trying to do one Divine Beast.
Ero sicura. Immagino.
So now player 5 is actually getting the map, which lets you rotate the interior of Naboris. We actually need that to get the last terminal.
And after getting this last terminal, he's going to ESC through this thing on the wall. At the beginning, after spinning the cog, he got skew on something. And he's just gonna, clip right through this.
We'll be seeing Tapir right now getting that skew off of that same spot.
Might be clipping
Come on,
through it.
Pete, don't make a liar out of
This
me.
one is.
Yeah, this
I can't
is
get
an
the-
example
can't get the frame.
of ESC being consistent. You
Oh.
can't always buffer to the right frame.
Okay. Not clipping through.
No.
I actually
lie,
haven't
I mean,
missed
not-
that far. Like, I can't remember the last time I didn't actually clip through in a run.
Restano ancora.
Honestly, that clip sucks. Like, it really sucks.
Yeah, ESC, sometimes it just doesn't work. And if it doesn't, you have to hold the L. Take the 10-second detour of actually spinning the thing again and just walking around. But, let's just forget about that and move on to Thunderblight, who, I'm sure everyone loves. Definitely no bad memories with this Blight.
A lot of people casually remember this being the worst blight. But thankfully, with the Great Eagle Bow and with the attack of food, all it takes is just a couple of bomb arrow headshots to finish him off.
Let me know when I can say one more.
I think you have time right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Got $11 coming in from Gage A again, saying, know what's more base than donating $10? Donating 11 and making the count even more yasage. Continuing to make me say third-party emotes out loud, I will say them.
Yes.
I did also miss someone use it saying in one of the donations that is someone's boy emote from a Tapir, I think.
Oh
Tears
yes.
mode.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's what they're making me say. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, we're at 78.90 now, just 110 short of 8,000.
Oh, that's fantastic. Seriously, that's great to hear.
That's poggers.
Can we hit 8K? Soon?
Pause champ.
Pause, champ?
Boss champion.
So,
I believe.
I
so
also
now player 5 is finishing up Naboris, and he's got an Urbosa's Fury, and right at the end there, because he tried to do the clip, he had something called the Ragdoll glitch. It's appear also attempting the clip right now.
No.
Unfortunately, he also doesn't get it. This clip is really, really finicky. It really sucks. But basically, if you interrupt a shield surf with a unequip, and Link doesn't ragdoll, he gets something called ragdoll glitch, which stops him from completing his next wind bomb or his next ragdoll launch. So, to clear that, player 5 had to ragdoll himself on the ground. And then he's going to warp to Naboris, and now he's going to slide across the entire map. He's going to go to the Elden region. So, he'll be entering Goron City real soon. And so, we were talking about the Hardy Salmon earlier. And the reason he actually got that food was so that he can tank some of the fire damage, because he's going to be on a volcano. So,
yeah, things are gonna be heating up.
yeah, there will be.
I'm sorry.
That
I knew you were gonna say that.
volcano in the.
I'm
I knew he was
sorry.
going to say it too. As soon as Mikey started
I
talking.
don't feel good about that.
By the way, they're making me say emotes still.
Oh my.
Yeah.
$20 from Korox saying senior tapey boy. That's the whole message.
Shout out to Korok.
Yeah, thank you, John.
John formerly had Butter Dog world record, I believe.
Oh yeah, true.
That's his most recognizable achievement, yeah.
It's true. When I think of John Koroks, I think of Butter Dog, dog with the butter on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little dicey here.
One other thing. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Huh?
This is very dicey.
Can we?
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes to win bomb you have to jump off of a ledge and get bullet time. Sometimes you just don't get bullet time.
Yeah, the tricky part there is that you're going so fast that the game doesn't load everything in. So the ground is like the collision for the ground is there, but the textures aren't. So it's hard to tell where you can actually like when you're at the ledge, and jumping forward will give you bullet time. Which is why I was messing up right there.
Picking up the Flamebreaker armor with all the extra rupees we had after finishing the UV clan hideout. Very important to not be on fire. It's part of the game plan. And then we're picking up a fireproof lizard, and we are going to cook that with an ancient core that we grabbed inside of Meadow to make a fireproof elixir.
Everything's coming together now.
It's true.
Can I do one more?
Go for it,
Yeah,
of course.
go for it.
This is so. I swear, your community made me say the stupidest thing. CBF for $10. This has been the most silly champ experience. Also, also, no man. Mom asked if he wants spaghetti for dinner tonight, and if so, don't forget to buy extra bread, please. Thank you, Angel Face Poggies.
I would like spaghetti.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but right there I actually speed capped, so I lost all the momentum going over to Elden, which is fine. Doesn't lose too much time, but it does take a lot of stamina to build back up. Like, not in-game stamina, but like physical stamina.
Yeah, flicking kind of hard on your wrist if you are doing it for a while. But up here, pushing through the pain. No pain, no gain.
Truge.
Yeah, that part was actually scripted for Tapir to show off speed gaps.
Yeah.
He did on purpose. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what not to do in a speed run right now."
Also, about 20 seconds ago, maybe even more at this point, P5 got rescued Yunobo from the cave without doing the little puzzle thing with the cannons. If you do a turn wind bomb, which I don't think we've talked about at all, you can go where the rocks are and they'll be unloaded. A turn wind bomb is where you turn and then you press the wind bomb button, and it's good. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Basically,
be honest.
you trade like height for speed when you turn. Like the further you turn off of a cardinal direction, uh, and then turn back into that cardinal direction, you'll go faster, but you'll have less height after the launch.
Yeah, wind bombs are complicated, man. Like honestly, if you guys are interested, go watch a tutorial by Vivo or Vivox on YouTube. There's just so much to them. We don't even know why, but turning does just increase your speed for a wind bomb.
Say this game's easy to learn at all.
Kind of.
Honestly, recently, yeah, with the addition of BLSS, it's actually not too bad. Wind bombs aren't used too much anymore. Actually, slides are used mostly.
But they do take a while to physically get prepared for.
Yes.
Hit 'em
Right, as-
fast.
As you can hear, that flicking, getting to that level is not
Right.
it's not easy.
I'm sure all the skew clips as well. Like I know those like need specific angles, right?
Right, yeah.
For the most part now, they're kind of lenient-ish. More
Oh, yeah,
lenient
those
than
are
before.
fairly-
Before they're pretty specific, but now with like discovering new things, they're like stasis and bombs are a lot more easier than before.
Hmm.
Right. Like things like stasis clip used to be just flat out inconsistent almost because you would get skew and the angle for the clip would change based on what skew you got. So but now it's just you reuse the skew from magnesis to clip into stasis. So it's very lenient.
So, player 5 decided he didn't want to do Eldon anymore. It's too hot up there, so he's going to cool off over in Zora's domain. So he activated Daka Ko, which is the shrine. He's going to warp back there later after he's done cooling off. And, when he wants to get back into the frying pan, he'll do that. But for now, he's chilling with Sidon and King Dolphin. I believe that's his.
Yeah, King Dolphin.
Yeah.
It's true. So this is actually a pretty recent change in terms of routing. We used to just complete Eldon and then complete Zora's domain and then go to Castle, but interestingly enough, we found out going to Zora's domain allows you to skip grabbing extra food because you get Mifa's Grace, and also the slides are shorter. So going to Zora's domain from Dakako is actually much easier and shorter than going to Zora's domain from the end of Goron when you get warped to the front. And also the slide at the end towards the castle is a lot shorter when you end at Goron City. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be doing Goron City last. That's why they stop in the middle and go to Zora's domain.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But no method words right out of my mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
No,
Mike.
you're good. You're good. You're doing great.
So you guys may be concerned about my bow being on fire during this BLS, but thankfully, if you go fast enough in this BLS, the bow doesn't burn out. We have like about a 10-second window or so if we are doing it optimally. And,
Oh, my bow burned at the end,
ah,
but it was fine. It was
So,
it was the like throwaway bow from the beginning.
Skill issue.
skill issue. True. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of bad. Maybe 3 minutes ahead
Look.
right now, but can't do a BLS fast. Kind of cringe. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's actually optimal to burn the bow because then you have fewer bows in your inventory, so menuing later
Oh, dude, he's right.
is better.
When are you
I
meeting
can't
off a
argue
bow?
with that.
I don't know, like maybe Dark Beast.
Oh, Truge. Actually, I already saw. Actually,
Truge.
but no, I decided not to menu off of the bow on Dark Beast anymore because I actually got lag while menuing off of it, and that messed up my Dark Beast pre-fires. So now I just menu onto the bow after acquiring it.
Hey now, Bucko, don't get ahead of yourself.
I always menu onto the bow anyway, so it's not like it would help me.
Come on, bro.
With both of you in cutscenes, can I do one more?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, $10 from Danny, saying Yas Queens, Slay, go get the bridge, and Sir Tappy Giga Chat.
Thank you, Danny. But yeah, we have about 5 minutes of cutscenes here, so.
No more in yet, but always good to have some more if you can. We're very close to $8,000. We're at $79.30 right now. There's plenty of donation wars going on for later today. Those are going to be like in the morning because we have like a large Kingdom Hearts run between them. So that's going to be like 4 or 5 hours from now. But still definitely good to get in for that. Or maybe you want to go for Champion Island tomorrow. Shadow War of Succession or La Milana also has a bid war.
Shadow?
So they're Shadow War of Succession. I don't know if that's a Sonic game or not. I'm not familiar with the game. I'm just reading what's on the site.
I heard Shadow, I'm interested.
Yeah, the schedule is in the command as well. If you want to look into what else is happening.
Shadow War of Succession. It is not a Sonic game.
Okay.
It's still probably a cool game. Y'all should definitely support that game and support the cause. Donating if you can.
Definitely.
Yeah, it looks like a shovelware game of some sort.
So, the portion of the run that we currently are in, we like to call this fish drama. This is actually just 5 minutes of straight mashing through text. It is.
Okay, we
just-
got one. Oh, we're waiting now.
Yeah. So, a lot of cutscenes in Swords Domain.
Okay, let me know when I can go again.
Go for it.
Okay. We got $10 from Apple Freezerage. Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. The grow-up plan gives your child $10,000 in the whole life insurance protection now and doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. What are you making me say?
Thank you so much, Apple. That's gonna be really useful for my boy. He's on the up and up. We'll take that into consideration.
Is that an advertisement? What was?
Yeah, I don't know. The donation, I read it word for word. I don't know what they made me say.
Gerber Life Insurance. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry. Names get cut off on here, but we have $15 from the Really Real. It ends there. I think there's more, but I don't know. It just says the Really Real here on my side. But it says Yas Queen Slay, Player 5 and Senor Tapir are serving. Yeah, I'm guessing that's for the Gerudo outfits you guys are in.
True.
Of course. Gotta beat the game in style.
Alright, so Player 5 just did something called Gerudo 1 Cycle. where before going up the first waterfall, he pre-fires his shock arrow, where one of the I don't even know what you call it, where one of the targets is, and normally you can only shoot 2 before dropping back down, but if you do it right, you don't. I, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a,
If you,
just a
if
question
you-
here.
yeah, go for it.
So we didn't. We could have changed out of this outfit at any time, right? We just decided to stay in it right now. Like we don't
Yeah.
need to be in this outfit anymore.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
slow to menu to take the clothes off, so you just keep it on.
That's great.
Yeah, they pretty much just. The only thing is that they switch off to Zora armor or they switch off to fire resist armor. So the rest of the Groot outfit stays on for the rest of the run.
We're queens, you know?
Yeah, so all the Yas Queen slays in the chat in the donations.
I did. Yeah, in a previous All Dungeons route, we actually used to be able to buy the Flamebreaker boots. So the outfit was very diverse.
Yeah, they used to have a little bit of diversity, a little bit of choice.
Yeah, you were really stunting on them if you chose the boots over the chest piece. Unfortunately, in this route, we have barely enough to buy the chest piece, so
Yeah.
you make do.
Kind of broke in this route. It's okay.
Both runners getting a clean Route of 1 cycle. That is so much harder than it looks. Firing that first shot and then also getting the other 3 with 1 wheel of stamina. That is a lot harder than that looks. So now it's Piers also entering Ruta. Player 5 getting the map to collect all the terminals soon. So, interestingly enough, Ruta is actually one of the only divine beasts that there's actually a limit to how fast you can go, because one of the terminals is on a cycle, and so even if you go fast, much faster than normal, you're limited because you have to wait for the cycle on the final terminal.
If you go as fast as possible without speed up food, you're just gonna barely miss the cycle, and it's so annoying. So, there is leniency for messing up at the beginning of Ruta, because that terminal's the last terminal we acquire in this Divine Beast.
You're making me read another paragraph. Let me know when.
Go for it.
We got $5 from Miguel Sefiu saying, the Fitness Gram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal.
Shoutouts to the Fitness Gram Pacer test.
Would you guys believe me if I told you for my
I have bad
university-
I have bad flashbacks from pacer tests, so no shoutouts from me for that.
For my university public speaking class, we had to read out a passage, and we were just being graded on like confidence and fluency in reading. I read out the Fitness Gram Pacer test. I got 100.
Slay. Yas.
AJ, why you do this to me? $15 from GayJ saying the Gerudo outfit stays on during the Breath of the Wild speedrun. We love it, yesified Link.
Unfortunately, though, there's only about maybe 20-30 minutes left.
We're $25 short from 8,000. Can we break it? Yeah, let's see if we
Definitely hit
can
it
break
during this round.
8,000 before the end. Still got plenty of time, right?
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, this shouldn't affect me. Okay, nice. I may have made a whoopsie and like hit my head on a wall, which caused me not to do something very good. It's okay.
I hate when that happens.
Like we said, this Divine Beast is on a cycle, and even if I do that mess up, I'll still make the cycle. Hopefully.
Yeah, I barely made the cycle because I messed up. I jumped into the water and broke the cryo block I just made.
Mm.
I still made it, so we're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. For sure.
Pretty clean route out from Mr. 5.
Yeah, honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I could do better, you know. Just saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kidding, of course.
That's it. Do it right now. No one. Stop the game.
But now at the end of Ruta, we're gonna see player 5 is actually gonna warp back to Dakako, the shrine that he activated, and he's gonna complete the rest of Elden. And Tapir is now entering the Water Blight fight at the end of Ruta. Thankfully, the boss fights are actually really easy with the Great Eagle Bow. Shoutouts to Tapir for actually reminding me and teaching me how to do Water Blight.
Anytime, brother.
So, player 5 is killing these 2 moblins to stop Yunobo from being scared and to knock down this Elden Bridge here, so that they can start the so he can start the Enter Redania side quest, or main quest, I guess.
Am I good to read?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, you got $26 from Silly Person saying, let's break that.
Let's break that 8K mark. Let's go. Woo.
I got another paragraph. So $5 from Danage. Haha, this is so funny. Oh my god, I almost spilled out my venti caramel frappuccino with non-fat coconut milk. Exactly. Half cups of half pumps of caramel drizzle, 3 espresso shots mixed in extra whipped cream, as well as birthday cake pop mixed in with a bit of strawberries on top.
Strawberries.
That sounds hard to order.
Yeah.
You
It
gotta write
sounds
that all
good.
down.
It sounds like a good order.
A poor Starbucks employee. They don't get paid enough.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine, like,
shout outs to minimum wage workers.
somebody gets that on their first day?
I'd quit.
Yeah.
I'm working somewhere else.
Alright, you're not too far behind right now, actually. He's about to start the Enter Redania quest while player 5 is starting it right now. Also, don't forget to get the Master Sword, by the way.
Apparently in chat,
reminder.
the donator informing me that they had more to that order, but it got cut off from the character limit.
Oh no.
No, we'll never know their full Starbucks order.
So player 5 is now doing the Enter Redania main quest, and this is one of the parts that is really annoying in the run, because you have to escort Yunobo past a bunch of these guardian sentries that are scanning the route. And it is super annoying because there's also kind of a limit to how fast you can go with this, because Yunobo can only go a certain speed. So along the way, they're going to be doing certain fast strats to get past a lot of these guardian sentries, and they're gonna wait at the end for Yunoba to get to the cannon every time.
We also can't whistle during this section because whistling stops Yunobo. So you have to use throw sprinting instead of whistle sprinting.
Oh god, we never talked about throw sprinting.
It wasn't really that important.
Sprinting is where you
Gotta love
you-
stealth sections in speedruns.
Yeah, this is about a 5-minute auto scroller with another minute or so of cutscenes to sit through.
Man, nothing yet, but if people want to make me say more stupid paragraphs, go for it.
Honestly, we have the time. They're Yunoba escort, so.
Does anyone want to describe the sprinting? Mikey?
So,
it's where you throw, and then you sprint.
Right, you mash the throw button while also mashing the sprint button. It's essentially the same thing as whistle sprinting, but it doesn't whistle. So yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by it wasn't really too important, but it is useful information.
Oh, what?
Oh, boss.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh wow! That was incredible. Magnesis
Where's he,
snaking
like-
its way.
Where?
What?
This is
KJ finished off the Starbucks order
There
for
we are.
me.
There we are. Oh man. Just
I was
What just
I've
happened?
never had that happen.
Oh, I've done that before.
Lock this game.
Sorry, let me know.
Oh yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, KJ finished the Starbucks order. So,
Let's go.
saying wattage, I can't believe damage for gore about the chocolate flakes, pumps of vanilla, 1 pump of hazelnut, banana slices mixed in, chocolate shavings coating the bottom, cinnamon dolce, and just a pinch of matcha powder.
Just a pinch.
Can't
Makes all the difference, yeah.
can't be
That's
big.
that's about half my order actually.
What are you guys' Starbucks orders?
Oh.
If you go? Oh,
I've never ordered anything from Starbucks before.
I haven't been to Starbucks in like 7 years.
Yeah, I don't go there very often either.
It's too expensive.
I'm just not a coffee drinker.
I
Yeah,
go
me
whenever
neither.
I get a gift card. I get
This dude gift cards.
some
Wh-
sort
what
of
do you-
frappuccino.
Oh,
Just
Yeah, frappuccinos are good.
it's kind of like a shake almost. I don't know. I'm not a coffee drinker.
so we're gonna be seeing player 5 use 2 of his Furies here. So he's using these Furies to kill the Guardian sentries, so that he doesn't have to smack them with the metal boxes. And I guess he's saving one for Fire Blades. Don't know if you want to use that up so you can get it back during.
I'm saving it for Calamity.
Okay.
And then using Daruk.
Okay.
Community is taking me up on the reading paragraphs offer still. Let me know.
Nice, keep it up, guys.
Go.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
We got a
Okay.
cutscene here.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Tapir, do you remember that one time when everyone was shouting my name and I used my strength to rip my blouse and then you got knocked unconscious? Pretty poggers. Good times, man. Anyway, here's that 350 I owed you from middle school. All the best, Sal. I didn't read the amount in person because I was in the message. So
I was so confused who could possibly be saying this until you read the name at the end.
I had a
I
hard
figured that would help with delivery too. Like I was like, I think this is someone you guys might know, so I'm just gonna keep it in the message. But yeah, that 350 did not go to Tapir, just by the way. That went to No Kid It's Hungry. Still a great cause, but if you were actually owed someone 350, not a great way to give it back, but great way to give to a good cause.
That's a pure way of giving it anyways.
It's true.
So now we're gonna see player 5 is in Rudania, and at the start of this dungeon, it's all in pitch darkness. We're actually using the light from the bombs right now to be able to see, and that combined with the fact that we know where everything is, we memorized it. So right now he has to activate terminals, light some torches, and also burn some leaves and wood to drop a metal crate for later. And he's also picking up a metal bow so that his bow doesn't burn on the final slide.
Do we need that if we're doing MSC?
Wait,
It's the rope.
I don't
Yeah.
need that. for
That's a
doing-
good point.
We just do a wind bomb and then we're out of
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
time save against you. Let's go.
He was hiding the information.
It's hiding until after you picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, so P5 about to do a trick shot, I believe we call it, because this is quite the tricky shot. You use the blue flame to light a normal arrow and miss it. That's not what you want to do. You
That
shoot in a
never
specific
happens.
spot,
There we go.
and there's a torch that you light up there that I don't even know how you're supposed to light it normally.
So normally you don't you take a torch and you like tilt Rudania over and run up the path and then light that?
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you actually hold smuggle a torch
And then do Gale. Yeah.
and then use a gale.
Yeah,
to
that's
get
what
up.
I used to do. Yeah.
They are getting creative. Let me know.
Yeah, we have time. We're just getting the last few terminals, but that should take about a minute, so go for
Okay.
it.
I got $20 from Chill as Heck. No Kid Goes Hungry on my watch. Well, unless I forget to make dinner because I'm too busy playing Breath of the Wild, which would never happen, or would it? Also, Yas Queen, Slay. By the way, my Starbucks order is 4 lotus seeds and a shard of Dinral's Thorn.
Oh. Good one.
And then I got $6.50 from Anonymous, who gave me a message in Latin, so good luck with this for me.
Oh
Good
god.
touch.
So credimus in unum deum switch omnipotentem visibilum omnium et invisibilum condortorem. And then in English, just watching you Latin pronunciation, guys. Best spend $6.50.
I know.
Really?
Honestly, I actually kind of got half of that.
I don't know Latin, so I have no idea if I not pronounced that correctly or not.
I did take Latin for 7 years, so I did kind of actually get half of that. I don't know.
Can you do
Probably just put that into Google Translate or something.
It's probably a better idea, yeah.
Can you do the Smash Bros. Brawl theme? Noman?
No.
I was afraid someone gonna make me start saying the Sephiroth song at this point.
This is probably one of the cooler tricks in the run. You just crouch through this door.
Oh yeah, you don't even. So normally,
Oh shit.
you have to do some, what is it, firing a blue flame arrow through that little eye in the doorway, but it turns out if you turn Rudania on the side, you can actually just crawl right through it. So it skips like one of the most annoying puzzles in the game. Just crawling through it like that.
And everything else we're gonna do casually after that trick shot, so.
Yeah. So player 5 finishing up Rudania, he actually got through Fire Blight, and I guess we'll comment on how to do Fire Blight and what the challenges are when Tapir's doing it right now. So because we use attack up, you don't have the flame resist level 2, you only have level 1 from your chest piece. So you actually light on fire and are slowly taking with fire damage throughout the fight. So you have to do spin attacks to cancel the fire damage. So right now we're going to see Tapiri's headshotting Fireblight. And now you can see that he actually lit on fire at the end, just a second before he went into phase 2. And then now phase 2 is interesting because Fireblight does some weird attack where he like collects heat into like a flame ball. And there's multiple ways to get him down. One of them is with a bomb. But we're going to use the Fury from Naboris. We're going to get Urbos's Fury to knock him down. It's a little bit faster than all the other strats.
And at the very end, we just took enough damage to technically die, but thanks to Mifa's grace that we got on the third Divine Beast, we recover all our hearts and get bonus hearts to survive that fight.
And while all of that happened, player 5 made his way to Korok Forest, where he's going to grab the Master Sword. But you might be thinking, don't you need 13 hearts to grab the Master Sword? Yeah, but you could also cheat.
So the way you get the Master Sword is actually kind of hilarious. It took years for this glitch to get discovered, but basically if you just sleep at a campfire while looking straight up, it actually
unloads everything.
Right, it unloads the surrounding area, and because everything is unloaded, you can just mash A while looking straight up and pick up the Master Sword. Because the actual cutscene trigger for the Master Sword isn't there.
Very unceremoniously.
All it takes to get the Master Sword is just a bundle of wood.
Yeah, so after that, getting out of Korok Forest is not fun because of the void out plane. This is a very precise DLSS after getting out, because you go over one of the Korok trials and it doesn't void you out because you're like supposed to be there.
So we should talk about explain that it's pretty hard to get into Korok Forest because it's actually surrounded by the Lost Woods. And so the Lost Woods is actually an area that if you don't go the proper direction, it's kind of like a maze. You get voided out and back to the beginning. So thankfully with these slides, you can move fast enough that it doesn't void you out. So now we're gonna see player 5 jumping into the castle. He's going in to fight the final boss of the game, Calamity Ganon. Or, well, I guess second to last final boss. Normally, in an all dungeons run, you would fire an arrow and try to skip Calamity Ganon, but player 5 is just gonna straight up fight him with a Master Sword because it's MSD.
Before you go into the final boss, we got 2 more.
But
only 1 paragraph, so.
Well, I'll just go over Calamity as he does it, and then Dark Beast is an auto scroller, so then you'll be able to read out stuff for about 3 minutes there. So Calamity Ganon is one of the quote unquote hardest bosses of the game. A lot of people struggle with him. Phase 1, it's basically just trying to get him down to enough health for phase 2. You just basically headshot him with the Jeb. And then phase 2, he has a shield where you can't actually hit him. He like, you can see he's glowing orange. And the only way to get that shield off is to flurry rush, parry attacks, or to use furies. So you can see he's just gonna absolutely beat the life out of Calamity with the Master Sword.
Yeah, you melt him because the sword does double damage when you're in castle.
And just like that, he's already done. He's finished with Calamity Ganon, final boss of the game. Oh, I think Tapir's actually going for Calamity Skip. This was a setup found by, well, I guess the original spot was found by Hui Wen, a Chinese runner, but this normalized setup was found by me. And basically, Tapir's going to fire an arrow into this cutscene, and it's going to be hitting Calamity during the cutscene, and he'll constantly be taking damage from the bomb arrow. And by the time the cutscene ends, he should be dead.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Sometimes it
This
just
is
doesn't work.
yeah, this is actually an inconsistent trick.
Yeah.
Figured that out with task tools. So if Calamity is not there in this cutscene, then that means it worked. So we'll have to rage. Please work.
No!
No.
Yeah, it's
Unlucky.
it's pretty it's not entirely RNG, but there's a lot of RNG. Oh, I'm about to
Yeah.
die.
There's about like a 10% chance that it misses.
Can the senior Tapir catch up, or is this?
No, it's over.
It's pretty much over now.
Okay.
Player 5's on an auto scroller right now. Alright, so Tapir's gonna be doing the exact same thing that Player 5 had done earlier. He's just gonna fight Calamity with the Master Sword, while Player 5 does this auto scroller where he fires at a bunch of glowing spots.
Wait. Let me try this. The Master Sword.
Oh, no way. So, instead of using the Bow of Light,
Hey.
Player 5 is going to be using the Master Sword beams to hit the spots, which is something a lot of people don't know you can do.
You can also use Kimchi Towers.
Yeah.
So why you do that, I don't know.
So, Player 5 is actually coming up on the final shot of the run real quick.
There we go.
And GG.
GG's.
GG.
Huge.
136, a 4-minute world record.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Pretty good.
Wait, like actually?
Actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
For MSD specifically, yeah, that is a 4-minute world record.
Yeah. Misty unrestricted.
Okay, so we had $5 from Apple Freezer saying "Das Poopin' Farten." Yeah.
My man.
And then $3.50 from Chip Skylark, who gave me just the lyrics to "My Shiny Teeth in Me." As much would fit into the donation center.
My shiny teeth that sparkle.
Thank you. Shoutouts to the Breath of the Wild community. Very cool and handsome individuals.
And generous. Thank you for all the donations that came in.
Did
It's
we
been a
hit
lot of
8K?
fun. Yes, we broke 8K during this run.
Yo, Slay.
So
There are audio cues for Dark Beast that you can use to precisely time yourself, but doesn't really save that much time.
Spear is actually known for having the community's fastest Dark Beast. He always gets these like frame 1 pre-fires on Dark Beast. So he's really optimized this auto scroller down to a T.
Someone in chat asking, do we get to hear lyrics? 350 is not enough to make me sing.
There is a price though.
There is a price, but I also didn't like, like make it even more cringe.
Colpisci dove brilla. Ancora un po'. Lo abbiamo quasi sconfitto.
You're also coming up on the final shot.
Link, guarda la sua testa.
Also, I did not want to take up that much airtime. I'm letting you guys speak.
I mean, there wasn't really much. It's the same glitch over and over again.
True.
All right, GG.
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 Second place? Oh.
That's second
First,
place for
second
MSD.
place?
Yeah,
Oh
double
my
world
God.
record.
Wow, we're insane. What,
Considering all the
Is this just like a category extension that doesn't get run very much or something?
I think
it's on main board.
It is a main board category that's not often run.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically it's the same thing as all dungeons except one campfire for the Master Sword. So a lot of
Right.
people, they just say like, what's the point? I'm just gonna run all dungeons.
Ti ho osservato tutto questo tempo.
And I think before
And like, what's the
campfire,
timing difference between
La
the
tua
two?
sofferenza. Le tue battaglie.
current all dungeons world record's like a 131.
Per
Playback at a
questo
136.
Oh, okay.
ho sempre saputo.
So
I
that
was-
detour is actually pretty big.
Ah.
I was 2.5 minutes behind before the like Master Sword part of it. So
Grazie.
It's like a 2-minute detour.
Yeah, it's not much at all. It's literally just 2 minutes for the Master Sword.
Oh, okay.
Especially because you save time during Calamity.
So yeah, it could be pushed into the low 130s then, as well.
Yeah, but nobody really wants to.
Hey, come on, people! No one in the Breath of the Wild community wants that main board sweep.
Player 5's on a
Player
charge
5?
right now.
Getting close.
hey, I did just get the world record. So
That's another one.
It's another world record under his belt.
You have any percent all dungeons, AMQ restricted, AMQ unrestricted, MSDU now.
yeah,
EMS.
MSD restricted and unrestricted.
Yeah, EMS. Yeah, Breath of the Wild
Okay,
has definitely changed a lot in the past year. Runs have definitely gotten a lot faster due to a bunch of glitches, and yeah. just-
And the skill ceiling is definitely the level of play has gotten a lot better too, even compared to like a year ago.
Is it time for us to say goodbyes?
Yeah, do shout outs and whatnot. I just said in the chat that I didn't think Tech was aware that we were that close to done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, just do shout outs and then we'll say goodbye. And then we'll just say goodbye and we'll transition for us.
Go ahead and donate if you guys haven't to No Kids Hungry. It's a very, very good cause. Go follow the real Noman. He is a major help in just everything. He always helps every runner that he comes across. He knows a lot about the game, and he definitely helped us throughout the run. Mikey is at Mikey's Gone. So try to see if he says Mikey's Gone. Fantastic runner as well. Funny guy. Player 5, current world record holder. Go follow him too. Thank you to the Breath of the Wild community for just being awesome and supportive and always cheering us on. Anyone else have anything else to say?
Go follow SR Tapir, Senor Tapir. He's also a funny guy and also a very fast runner. but
Very
also
handsome.
Very handsome, cool, tall, buff.
I'm not that tall.
Super buff
I'm
though.
only 5'10".
Shredded.
Thank you to Gert, thank you to CBF, thank you to Apple Freezer, thank you to Danny, thank you to Chill as Heck, thank you to every other person who donated who I might be forgetting.
There's so many donations. You guys are awesome.
So many donations from the community. Thank you so much for donating.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to say?
Mr. 5? Winner?
Just a big thank you to the community and all the donations. was really fun to do this run with Senor Tapir, Mikey, and Noman
Flush.
doing commentary. That was a great time.
Yeah, I had a lot of.
Oh,
fun.
as well as Troy.
Shout
Yeah,
out
my
to
host block
host.
is done for now. I'm
No.
it's gonna be switching over.
Oh.
I'm glad you guys loved my stuff.
It was
The
fun.
best
I'm just having fun. It was great to be here with you.
Well, thank you, Fiesel. He was helping us out a lot behind the scenes. And
Also, thank you to John Korox. He also donated. Forgot him.
Newborn, Jay. I can't. There's so many. Thank you all. That's incredible.
All right, so we'll be going over to J Hobbs with Kingdom Hearts shortly.